So unfortunately, we have to hit the offseason here today because of our loss in the NLCS against the New York Mets in 7 games. And if it makes you feel better, the Mets lose in 6 in the World Series to the Toronto Blue Jays. So on to the next, we move to the offseason where the Nationals try to improve, but we're going to see. I mean, I think we're going to bring up a lot of young guys, and I don't know. I think next season might be a little bit difficult. Vladimir Guerrero wins the MVP. Shohei wins the Cy Young in the AL. Corbin Burns is going to go out and go win the Cy Young Award in the National League over Jacob deGrom and Trevor Bauer. And in the National League MVP, we said it earlier, it's Franmil Reyes batting .269 with 46 homers, somehow over Juan Soto, who batted .310. We'll take it. Our 78 overall designated hitter in Franmil Reyes is going to be the National League MVP. Look at the depth chart, and we'll look at it for the future. I'm leaning more towards playing Vaquero another season in AAA. We know the young guns in House and Vaquero. I don't know. Brady House is playing no matter what next season instead of Tim Anderson at our shortstop position. I'm very undecided about Christian Vaquero. I think he could benefit for one more year in the minor leagues. Now we'll just go position by position, looking at each individual player on our team. Alex Wood was our ace. Want to bring him back next season. Patrick Corbin was just so mediocre. Really want to try to move him. 4.85 ERA. He's only got 1 year left on that massive contract he signed a couple years ago. Steven Strasburg was still pretty mid, but we're locked in with Strasburg for the next 4 years. There's nothing we can do about it. Josiah Gray was excellent. I know the 4.28 ERA doesn't look good, but in the playoffs, Josiah showed up when it mattered. And folks, if you have not yet, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more MLB 22 The Show here on the channel. Less than 400 subscribers away from 10,000. We are planning something huge for 10K. You're not going to want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button down below and leave a like if you are enjoying the Nationals franchise, because the support in this series has been crazy as of late. You look at the big three coming up in AAA though. With the starting pitchers, I'm looking at Rutledge, Cavalli, and Cabrera. We'll see which one of those guys will be in the starting rotation next season. And also, while you're at it, go make sure to follow us on the socials too, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and all of that stuff. We've also got Bryant Smith, another pitcher coming up in our minor league system. We have a lot of good minor league pitchers that have high potentials. It's just a matter of how good will they be in the immediate future. You go to the relief pitching, Jonathan Loaizaga had an okay season in his first year at the Nationals. He was good once he was traded to DC. Didn't play that well with the Yankees, but since he got moved to the Nationals, he was pretty solid. Alex Reyes was great again, 2.84 ERA. He's one of our main guys in the pen. Really like what we got out of him. Genesis Cabrera, more the same. I mean, I like the season out of Cabrera. He's only 26 years old. Lefty out the bullpen, 3.47 ERA for him. Scott Alexander was surprisingly really good. We got him at the deadline from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was stuck in AAA. He comes in 2.28 ERA. Didn't pitch much, but he was good. Andres Munoz is kind of a bum. Let's be real. He throws hard, but gives up a lot of runs. He'll probably be down in the minors again next season. Luis Avilan was pretty mid at 5.72 ERA. He pitched in a lot of spots before we got Scott Alexander. He wasn't great. Hunter Harvey, another guy who wasn't all that good either. 14 games pitched, ERA of 5. Austin Voth was an all-star candidate last season. This year, though, he's down in Rochester, and in the MLB, he was terrible, 5.23 ERA. Tanner Rainey was god-awful, 9.74 ERA. My goodness, it gets bad down here. Patrick Murphy didn't really pitch. Johan Adone didn't really pitch. Kloskis, or whatever the hell that dude's name is, didn't pitch either. Yeah, I mean, that's our relief pitching in a nutshell. Johan Adone, again, stuck in AAA. Zach Britton's another relief pitcher who was all right for us. I mean, I feel like when we always hopped into a game with Britton, he would blow a lead for us, but still the 2.35 ERA, stands for itself. It's a pretty good year for him. Kyle Finnegan was an all-star last year. This year, oh my goodness, 4.98 ERA. He was our closer for the first half of the season. He fell apart, and that's why we got Loaizaga. You go to the position players here. Keibert Ruiz, I was happy with the 263 average for Ruiz. I was, because you look at his 2022, batting 180. We sent him down in AAA. I was happy with the improvement and the progression that Ruiz did make this season. I'm hoping for more next year. Riley Adams is our backup. He didn't do much. Adams is just all right. He's got deep potential, 61 overall. I just kind of kept him around as a bench catcher over Trace Barrera. Josh Bell started the season really hot, then finished it kind of mid. But when he went to the playoffs, he's a monster, though. Average 285 for Josh. 35 home runs, though, stands for itself. 108 RBI as well. Drew Mendoza's just stuck in the minor leagues. Luis Garcia, I don't know what to do with Luis, man. I mean, he bats in a 196. We hit well with him, but in the sim, he's god-awful. He's really bad in the simulation. I don't know. I don't want to trade him because he's only 22 years old, but I just don't know if he's ever going to play well in the sim. Josh Harrison was pretty much a one-year thing. He might come back next season, but he'll just be on the bench. I like Josh. He's one of my favorite players in the league. Batted 251 this season for the Nationals. Surprising year for him, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, he just saw left-handed pitching. Vidal Brujan would see most of the right-handed pitching, and Brujan was very good. I mean, the biggest surprise this season, I think, is Brujan batting 287. He was a star in the playoffs. I think there's a chance he's our leadoff hitter next year. Austin Martin is finally, I think, going to come up to the Major League system next year. Of course, we got him from the Twins, the former Vanderbilt product. Excited for Martin. Nolan Gorman will probably stay in the minor leagues, but I think Martin will finally make his progression into being the team's starting third baseman. As for the shortstops, Tim Anderson's done. I mean, we made that pretty clear. He was just on a one-year deal with us. I liked what we got out of Tim Anderson. He was good in the playoffs. He was our leadoff hitter, but again, it's Brady House's time, and thank you for your service, I guess, in Tim Anderson. Lucius Fox didn't really play with us all that much last year. Yeah, he was stuck in Rochester the entire season, and that's about it for the shortstops. Of course, you know Brady House is coming in next season. So excited for the former first-round pick. Andrew Mccutchen's gone. He did all right in the regular season. Started off batting 320 after the first 2 months, but then kind of fell off a cliff. He was horrible in the playoffs. And yeah, that's about it for him. Andrew Stephenson is going to be a national forever. I love the guy. Andrew Stephenson, one of my favorite players in the league. He'll always bat around 240 and always bring you a serviceable guy off the bench who can play the field. Lane Thomas, okay year, batted 261. I still think he is the center fielder of the future, at least for right now, with Vaquero staying in AAA for another year. Of course, there he is, Christian Vaquero, El Phenomeno, only 18 years old out of Cuba, 75 overall, A potential. Yeah, I think we can afford to have him go down to the minor leagues for one more season. And if we have injuries, then Vaquero can come in at the trade deadline or just All-Star break, something like that. We can bring him up halfway through the year and he can make an impact late in the season. You look at the right fielders, Juan Soto, best hitter in baseball, reestablished himself as that guy in 2023 after batting 291 in 2022. Batted 310 in 2023, hitting a bunch of home runs as well, 120 RBI, 48 bombs, robbed the MVP because they gave it to this man instead, the former Cleveland Guardian and Fran Reyes, batted 269 at 46 homers, 138 RBI. Like the guy, but again, I think Soto deserved that MVP over him. Nelson Cruz is probably done. If he doesn't retire, I'm not bringing him back. He's 42 years old. He couldn't hit a home run to save his life this season. He needs, 21 to hit 500? I don't think he's going to get it. We go to the retirements. Tim Elliott retired. No, not the UFC fighter, just a random dude named Tim Elliott. No! Corey Kluber's gone. He retires because of his head fracture. That sucks because he actually wasn't pitching all that bad. ERA of 4, he's gone. Our former National and Yadiel Hernandez is killing it in real life, by the way. Hopefully, by the time this video is coming out, the Nationals are winning in Colorado against the Rockies, but Yadiel Hernandez is going to hang up the cleats. Ryu retires. Alex Cobb, Evan Longoria with the A's, okay. Yadier Molina retires as a Texas Ranger. That's disgusting. Yikes. And no, Paulo Espino, my guy, he had an ERA of 1.77 last year, and he retires with the Cardinals because of ability? I don't think so. I think Espino can still go. Anyways, here will be the starting rotation to at least start the offseason. Edward Cabrera is going to get subbed in here. Obviously, Zach Greinke is done. I mean, I'm not going to bring him back. We're going to see with Corbin. We're, of course, going to put him on the trade block and see what we get, and there's some teams that actually will offer us something. So Isaiah Kiner-Falefa for Patrick Corbin straight up. We send him to the Kansas City Royals who don't want to win apparently. He can reunite with Michael A. Taylor, who made a tremendous catch against the Cardinals yesterday to rob a home run. But yeah, goodbye Corbin. I like the guy personally. I'm a big Patrick Corbin guy. I mean, now he kind of sucks out in real life, but for what he did in 2019, I'm a big Patrick Corbin guy, and I will forever be a big Patrick Corbin guy, but we have to move on. Welcome Kiner-Falefa. You probably won't do much for us. By the way, we tried to get Alex Cobb back. We offered him a deal. This is the free agency class. It's crazy. Shohei Ohtani, Matt Chapman, Jack Flaherty, Josh Hader, Liam Hendricks, Tim Anderson, Jesse Winker, Hunter Renfroe, Cody Bellinger's hitting free agency. It's a nuts class, but obviously we're not going to go in there and try to offer a big deal to Shohei Ohtani or even like Lucas Giolito or anything, just because we're not trying to be that team that's trying to go out this season, because I think we're still building in the future. And if we, are able to contend like we did just last season, that's cool. Then we can try to make a run, but we're not like going out of our way to sign big name free agents because we're trying to develop our future. We're playing the long game here in Washington. It's a slow burn. You'll see. Chris Velasquez was a pitcher we got in the draft last season. He's a 75 overall, B potential, 21 years old. I'm going to put him in AAA. There's a chance we'll see him in the majors very quickly. Just want to point that out because he wasn't there, of course, when we started the video. I'm going to try to bring in yet another Cardinals, or former Cardinals reliever, Jordan Hicks. I mean, we can have Hicks, Cabrera, and of course, Alex Reyes. I mean, what's next? We're going to get Gallegos as well. I like Jordan Hicks. He throws hard. We're going to try to bring him in. And of course, with Vaquero not coming up next season, or at least not to start the year, I'm going to bring in Ian Happ on a one-year deal. He's played with the Cubs his entire career. He's a switch hitter, hits a lot of power, hits for a lot of power. He can play a lot of different positions too. 84 overall, only $11 million. He signs. Welcome to the team, Ian Happ, the new left fielder of the Washington Nationals, and we just keep establishing all this power we have in the lineup. Right now, the lineup looks like this: Juan Soto, Reyes, Bell, Happ, House, Ruiz, Thomas, Martin. I like that squad, man. I really do. Wow, Shohei Ohtani's going to the Rays? How do you let this man walk? And to Tampa. He's going to play in the Trop in St. Pete. Okay, Shohei Ohtani gets $35 million a year to go play for the Tampa Bay Rays. And also, Alex Wood officially re-signs with the Washington Nationals, making the rotation for now Wood, Strasburg, Gray, Cabrera, Cavalli, Rutledge still in AAA for now. And then also we get rid of Kiner Falefa. This trade really helps us a lot. We don't need Kiner Falefa. The Giants want him. We're going to go take Camilla Duvall. Duvall is like 26 years old, relief pitcher. You can never have enough arms in the bullpen, and especially because our righties weren't great. It was just Loaizaga and Reyes, and like we were pitching a lot with Kyle Finnegan and even Andres Munoz. Duvall gives us another option, especially with the right-handers in the bullpen. The pen's looking nice, man. It really is. Also, because we got Duvall, and because we signed Alex Wood back, we have to release Patrick Murphy or send him off the 40, and of course, okay, the Pittsburgh Pirates want him. I mean, have fun, I guess, Pittsburgh. And also, Liam Hendricks gets $16 million for one season from the St. Louis Cardinals. He had an ERA of 1.53, still one of the best closers in baseball as Hendricks, so he will go to St. Louis. And also, Matt Chapman gets a big deal with the Detroit Tigers, 6 years, $20 million per year for Chapman. And also, Josh Hader is going to the New York Yankees. The Yankees keep establishing themselves as one of the biggest spenders, or probably the biggest spender in all of free agency. They got Trey Turner last season. Now they get Josh Hader. Huge move for them. And wow, Nicholas Castellanos being traded for Raciel Iglesias and Kyron Paris the Phillies get. I mean, that'll make it a 4-0 ball game, but man, that's crazy. And Tim Anderson is going back to the White Sox. So he gets a 1-year deal with the Nationals and he goes back to Chicago, 5 years, $68 million for the shortstop. Best of luck for Tim Anderson back in Chicago. Avisel Garcia goes from the Red Sox to the Rays, so a weird AL East trade right there. And Javi Baez is going to the Phillies for Domingo Germán and Colin Moran. I think the Phillies fleeced the Tigers right there. Wowzers. Javi Baez is going to the city of brotherly love. Harrison Bader is now coming in the division. He will be playing with the NL champions, of course, in the New York Mets. Lucas Giolito is going to be the replacement as the new ace in Anaheim for the Angels. Obviously, I don't think he can hit like Shohei, but Giolito is a nice pitcher for them to round out their rotation. Julio Urias going to the Yankees. So the Yankees in this offseason add both Josh Hader and Julio Urias in a year where they're coming off picking up Trey Turner. That's crazy. Jack Flaherty gets a massive deal from the San Diego Padres at 9 years, $258.3 million for Flaherty. And also, I hate to do it, but Yohan Adon's he's gonna have to get sent off the 40. And okay, the Detroit Tigers, after trading Javi Baez, they want Yohan Adon on their team. I hope Adon goes there and he starts some games because he wasn't gonna do it with our team. Honestly, he probably wasn't gonna do it in AAA. So congratulations to Adon going over the Tigers. Adalberto Mondesi going to the Milwaukee Brewers, 3 years, $25.2 million. And Rafael Devers leaves Boston. Now he'll be going to the Pacific Northwest to play for the Seattle Mariners. And here's your Nationals team, man. I mean, that'll kind of do it for the offseason. Not much happened, but this is our squad. I'm liking it. Juan Soto, Reyes, Bell, Hap House, Ruiz, Thomas, Martin. It's an offseason we needed to have just to improve this team. Add a guy like Ian Happ. And of course, in the bullpen, add a guy like, of course, in Jordan Hicks. And then the starting rotation, I think we're gonna have some trouble. I'm not gonna lie. I think we'll have some trouble, especially with Cabrera and Cavalli, but I think it's a process, and we'll see how it goes. I think we're going to put up a lot of runs, and we just got to see if our pitching can help us. There's the Braves lineup. I don't know why they have Garver, Alfaro, Sanchez, and Contreras all on their team. They have 4 starting caliber catchers there, but okay. The starting rotation is really nice in Atlanta. You look at the Marlins. They've got maybe the best middle infield in all of baseball. I mean, Jazz Chisholm, Xander Bogaerts, that's nice. Chisholm's one of the most electric players in all of the game. The starting pitching is really nice too. Rogers, Alcantara, Sanchez, Lopez, and Talion. Luzardo out the pen too. Yeah, the Marlins could be nasty. The NL champions and the New York Mets are still good too. They've added CJ Cron. They've added Harrison Bader. That team's looking really nice. And their pitching is still good as well. Max Scherzer's out the bullpen. We got DeGrom, Peterson, Walker, Yamamoto, and Miguel as well. And then as for the final team in the NL East is the Philadelphia Phillies. Bryce Harper, obviously still the superstar of the squad, but they still have got guys like Kyle Schwarber and Gene Segura, and they added Starling Marte from the New York Mets as well. The pitching is kind of mid except for Wheeler and Suarez. So folks, that will do it for the offseason episode number 33 of the Washington Nationals franchise mode. If you haven't yet though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's episode with the Nats opening day 2024, the debut of the shortstop of the future for the Washington Nationals in Brady House. So folks, thank you for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Thank you for watching, and Mamba forever.